This is one of my favorite books, and we've read it in class before, but I'm going to read it to you again just because I think it's such a wonderful book. Grasshopper on the Road by Arnold Lobel, who also created Frog and Toad. Grasshopper wanted to go on a journey. "I will find a road," he said. "I will follow that road wherever it goes." One morning, Grasshopper found a road. It was long and dusty. It went up hills and down into valleys. "This road looks fine to me," said Grasshopper. "I am on my way." Grasshopper walked quickly along the road. He saw a sign on the side of a tree. The sign said, "Morning is best." Soon Grasshopper saw another sign. It said, "3 cheers for morning." Grasshopper saw a group of beetles. They were singing and dancing. They were carrying more signs. "Good morning," said Grasshopper. "Yes," said one of the beetles. "It is a good morning. Every morning is a good morning." The beetle carried a sign. It said, "Make mine morning." "This is a meeting of the We Love Morning Club," said the beetle. "Every day we get together to celebrate another bright, fresh morning." "Grasshopper, do you love morning?" asked the beetle. "Oh, yes," said Grasshopper. "Hooray!" shouted all the beetles. "Grasshopper loves morning." "I knew it," said the beetle. "I could tell by your kind face you are a morning lover." The beetles made Grasshopper a wreath of flowers. They gave him a sign that said, "Morning is tops." Now they said, "Grasshopper is in our club." "What does the clover sparkle with dew?" asked a beetle. "In the morning," cried all the other beetles. "When is the sunshine yellow and new?" asked the beetle. "In the morning," cried all the other beetles. They turned somersaults and stood on their heads. They danced and sang, "MORNING spells morning." "I love afternoon too," said Grasshopper. The beetles stopped singing and dancing. "What did you say?" they asked. "I said I loved afternoon," said Grasshopper. All the beetles were quiet. "And night is very nice," said Grasshopper. "Stupid," said a beetle. He grabbed the wreath of flowers. "Dummy," said another beetle. He snatched the sign from Grasshopper. "Anyone who loves afternoon and night can never be in our club," said a third beetle. "Up with morning!" shouted all the beetles. They waved their signs and marched away. Grasshopper was alone. He saw the yellow sunshine. He saw the dew sparkling on the clover. And he went on down the road. This one's called A New House. The road went up a steep hill. Grasshopper climbed to the top. He found a large apple on the ground. "I will have my lunch," said Grasshopper. He ate a big bite of the apple. "Look what you did," said a worm who lived in the apple. "You have made a hole in my roof." person's house," said the worm. "I am sorry," said Grasshopper. Just then the apple began to roll down the hill on the other side. "Stop me! Catch me!" cried the worm. The apple was rolling faster and faster. Grasshopper ran after the apple. "Everything is a mess here," cried the worm. "My bathtub is in the living room. My bed is in the kitchen." Grasshopper kept running down the hill, but he could not catch the apple. "I'm getting dizzy," cried the worm. "My floor's on the ceiling, my attic's in the cellar." The apple rolled and rolled. It rolled all the way down to the bottom of the hill. The apple hit a tree and smashed into 100 pieces. "Too bad, worm," said Grasshopper. "Your house is gone." The worm climbed up the side of the tree. "Oh, never mind," said the worm. "It was old, and it had a big bite in it anyway. This is a fine time for me to find a new home." Grasshopper looked up into the tree. He saw that it was filled with apples. Grasshopper smiled, and he went on down the road. The next story is called The Sweeper. Grasshopper saw a cloud of dust. "Clean, clean, clean," said a housefly who was sweeping the road. "My broom and I will make this road clean as can be." "Housefly," said Grasshopper, "the road is not very dirty." "It is much too dusty," said the housefly. "It is covered with stones and sticks and other nasty things. My broom and I will brush them all away." The housefly went on sweeping. "One day I was at home, not doing much of anything," said the housefly. "I saw a speck of dust on my rug. I picked up the speck of dust. Next to it was another speck of dust. I picked up that one too. Next to that speck of dust, there was another speck of dust. I ran and got my broom. I swept up all the dust that was on my rug. Then I saw a piece of dirt on my floor. Next to it was another piece of dirt. And next to that was another piece of dirt. With my broom, I swept up all the dirt that was on my floor. I cleaned the whole house from top to bottom. I even washed my windows. After I washed them, I looked outside. I saw my garden path. There were ugly pebbles on my garden path. I rushed outside with my broom. I swept all the pebbles away. At the end of the path was my gate. It was covered with mud and moss. I scrubbed all the mud and moss off my gate. I opened the gate and walked out onto this dusty, dirty road. I took my broom and went sweep, sweep, sweep up the road, said the housefly. You have worked very hard, said Grasshopper. I think that you should rest for a while. No, 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 said the housefly. I will never rest. I am having a wonderful time. I will sweep until the whole world is clean, clean, clean. The dust was getting into Grasshopper's eyes, so he said goodbye to the housefly and he went on down the road.